I have a question that I would like to ask you today. Are you worshiping those things? Are you worshiping the creator of the things? Are you truly giving your all and worshiping the creator of the things? Are you just worshiping all those other things? And somebody may say, what are you talking about? I want you to think about the things that you have in this world or the things that you want in this world. Is the Heavenly Father against us having material things? No, he's not. Is the Heavenly Father against us having nice things? No, he's not. But the problem comes in is when we start worshiping those things, when we start idolizing those things, and we start wanting those things more than we want the creator who made those things. See, I want you to truly be real with yourself. The way that you want that new house, do you want God that way? The way that you want that new car, do you want God that way? The way that you want that child, the way that you want that husband and wife, the way that you want that business, do you want God that way? The same way that you want those new clothes and those new shoes and the way you want that job, do you want God that way? And you have to be real with yourself. The same way that you desire those things, do you desire to have a relationship with Christ like that? You have to be real with yourself on today. And it may be somebody who already have those things. You already got it. But I want you to be real. With you having those things, do you find yourself worshiping those things? Because all you want is those things. See, all somebody can think about is that job. All some people can think about is that man and that woman. And that's all they can think about is their cars and their clothes and their shoes. All they can think about is those trips. That's the only thing that their mind is surrounded around, and it's not surrounded around anything about Christ. I want you to think about it now. Are you truly idolizing those things? Idolizing means worshiping something. And I want you to truly ask yourself, the way you think about those things, do you sit back and think about the creator of the things? When is the last time that you just thought and asked yourself, what am I called to do for God's kingdom? What is my purpose for God's kingdom? What could I be doing to bring people closer to God's kingdom? And sometimes you got to be real with yourself and ask yourself, am I even truly living for God's kingdom? It's time to be real with yourself. And the moment that if you truly want to know if you're really worshiping those things, if you're truly idolizing those things, oh, you'll know if you're doing it, because the question comes up is, how would you act if you no longer had those things? See, when you think about people going to a deep depression, people committing suicide left and right, you want to know why a lot of people do that? Because a lot of people, they no longer have those things. They can no longer put their hands on those things. See, I want you to be real with yourself. If you couldn't take those trips anymore, would you be down and out? Be real with yourself. If you couldn't live in the house you was living in anymore, if you couldn't get the type of house you wanted, the car you wanted, how would your life be? Be real with yourself. I want you to think about it. If your child left this world, if your mate left this world, it's not saying that we don't miss people when they leave this world, but some people want to leave this world when they mate leave this world, when they child leave this world, when they friend leave this world. So if you're ready to take your life when somebody else leave this world, don't you think that that individual was your world? I want you to think about it now. Some people go into a deep depression and take their life because they're not making the same money they was making on their job. Some people go over the edge because guess what? They can't dress how they used to. They get a paycheck now and they can't go out and buy the things that they want, and that takes them over the edge. So I want you to be real with yourself. Could you think it's a strong possibility that you may be worshiping those things instead of the creator of the things? It's time for us to look in the mirror and get ourselves together, because the reality is the only person that we should be worshiping in our life, it should be the one true and living God. But whether do we know it or not, we're making all those things our God. And see, when our God is gone, that's why we be about to lose our mind, because we no longer have our God anymore, because we don't want the true and living God. We want all those small gods that we made our God. See, some people don't realize that they can make their husband or wife their God. They can make their job their God. They can make their kids their God. They can make their friends their God. They can make all that stuff their God. You can make a house your God. You can make going on trips your God. People don't understand that, and people do it every day. They make that stuff their God instead of serving the one true and living God. Remember, God doesn't mind us having nice things, but the problem comes in, are you worshiping those things? And for some of us, it's time for us to get to a place that we need to be with God, so we can truly understand and realize, are we truly worshiping the one true and living God, or are we worshiping those lowercase gods? Get in the mirror and start seeking to have a true relationship with him, so you can know that you can start worshiping him. And when your eyes close, you can be living with him. So always remember my closing. Self-examination is the best examination, and Jesus Christ is Lord, and he's all we have. Have a great rest of the day.